Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Karen, Lavenderclothesline, and today I have a really exciting announcement. I have a haul. I'm thrilled to have a haul and be back at it. Sunday on Mother's Day, I went to Williams Grove Flea Market, which is an outdoor flea market held every Sunday, I believe year-round, as long as the weather is permitting. And this was the first week in 6 weeks since shutdown that they've been able to be open. Now let me just cut to the chase and say, yes, I wore a mask, I used hand sanitizer, I brought Clorox wipes, all the things, and I actually got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and headed out by 5 to beat the crowd. So today I have before me probably about 20 or 30 items. So now we're going to talk about what I picked up, why I picked it up, and if I even know what I picked up. You know me, a lot of times I just see something, it speaks to me, and most times it works out correctly. So I paid for things in groups of prices. I know that doesn't make sense. I would go to a vendor, I would gather all the things and ask for one price. So I really don't know what I paid per piece. But let me just say the prices at Williams Grove Flea Market are amazing. And a lot of the dealers are really willing to make the sale. So I happen to look for things that are vintage, that kind of speak to me, even if I don't have a lot of knowledge about them, things I think other people will find beautiful or I find beautiful. And yeah, so that's how I spent my Mother's Day morning with Lisa, my daughter, who's going to edit this video. So let's get started, grab a cup of coffee, and we'll look at what I found. I wish I could show you the table and do it that way, but I find that standing up works better and being closer to the camera so I can really hold the item close for you. If I was to set up this camera like further away so you could see the table and me sitting at it, I would have to zoom in on each shot, and I really don't want to cause myself more work than I'm already doing. But let's get started and I'll show you this first piece. So the first piece that I found is a bowl with a fluted edge, and this is Carnival glass. Now, I don't know a lot about Carnival glass. I do know there are more common colors than other colors. I see a lot of the orange color in my stores and flea markets, but this one, it could be common. I haven't seen a lot of. When you hold it up to the light, I'm going to hold it up to the sunshine, I'm kind of seeing, like, I'm going to call it a garnet or a ruby color. Now, there are other colors in it. It's like an iridescent color. But I only pick up glass if it has no cracks, no breaks, no chips, and I'm pretty sure this doesn't. Like I said, it has a fluted edge, and I'm sure most of you know more about Carnival glass than I do. So if you want to let me know what I have, you know me, I love hearing what you guys think about my items. And you know, when I go to list my items on eBay, I actually refer back to you guys of what you said. So if there's a big consensus of what the item is, I use that as my keywords after doing research, of course, and I always appreciate your help. So first item, right out of the gate, Carnival glass, beautiful bowl with a fluted edge. Okay, the next item I really hadn't planned on buying. I went by a table where two men were selling quite a bit of brass, and I love brass. Now, I don't like the brass that's cheap and brightly colored that was probably really flooding the markets in the 70s and the 80s, if I even have that decade right, but I do like heavy brass items. And right here, one of the gentlemen said, hey, you look like you're interested in some of the brass. Can I show you a set of candlesticks? And I said, absolutely. They were the kindest people. I love meeting new people. So he showed me these candlesticks. Look at that classic shape. I'm going to put this one down because these are heavy. And he and I talked about the weight on these candlesticks, and it was funny because he said these candlesticks reminded him of the board game, I guess it is, Clue. Is that what it is, where you're trying to find out who the murderer is? And he said this is the classic, and I agreed, the classic candlestick shape. I don't see any marking on it, but like I said, these things have to be, I should weigh them, over 10 pounds a piece. Beautifully made, solid brass. I don't see any damage on them. And what did he charge me for these? $4. Absolutely, yes, all day long. I'm expecting these are going to bring, guys, just a guess, probably 45 to 50. I could be wrong about that. when something doesn't have a marking, it's really hard to tell exactly what, the market is going to bring. But these are gorgeous. He told me he thinks they're from the 30s, and I'll look at that. I'll look at, the shape and the weight and what other sellers are saying, and then I will put that suggestion in my listing. I only put things as facts in my listings that I know are facts. So second item, very heavy pair of candlesticks. I really like these. Okay, as long as we're talking about brass candlesticks, I picked up these, I think from another table. I don't think these were the same table. We were all over the place. I look at every single booth and then go back through a couple of the booths. So I took these candlesticks, and does it say, this just has some kind of inventory number on. Most of the items at the Williams Grove Flea Market, it's my understanding that a lot of the dealers go to the local auctions, and I will be doing that again this year. I did go to auctions probably once or twice a couple of years ago, and I stopped going for some reason, but I love auctions, so I'm going to look to purchase box lots like the other dealers do. But if I don't get there for an auction, I think the auction is on Friday night. I will be going to the flea market every Sunday if I can this year. So I love these. I love the spiral stem. I think that's beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Italian pasta. I think it's cavatelli. Is that cavatelli? The spaghetti that has the corkscrew and then there's a hole through it? One of my favorite pastas. And yeah, I thought these were great. Again, no markings. Has a W on the, well, it could be an M, but I will see if the camera will zoom in on that. So they're both marked with that, but these are gorgeous. And what did I pay for these? I think I paid $2 for these. So I said yes to these candlesticks. Now let me just say, most of the metal items I pick up, I do not clean. Most silver I don't clean, brass I don't clean. I think a lot of people like the patina, and I like not having to clean it. So there's that. The next pair of candlesticks, boy, we bought a lot of candlesticks. Lisa actually found these, and I thought they were quite interesting. It's this pair here. Whoop, I have it backwards. Let me try doing that again. This pair here, and that is what the bottom looks like. So it looks like a native woman with a pot on her head, which receives the candle, and a baby on her back. I thought these were beautiful. Now, I don't think they're fertility statues, and I do see a little mark inside. Looks like an I and an A. So they could just be, artist made, but I will have to research that. These will be harder to research in my opinion, because you really have to be able to describe something and describe it the same way as the other person selling it. But I thought they were beautiful. They're very well done. They're very smooth. They almost look like a carved stone, I would say. I don't think it's a poured, yeah, that looks carved stone. So anybody have any information about that? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Really beautiful, very well done, and I said yes to them. Again, I probably paid, I'm going to say a couple of dollars. Everything on the table, I think the highest price I paid was $5 for something. So just keep that number in mind and we'll go from there. All right, the next item up, I grabbed, knew nothing about it. This picture here, look how beautiful this is. I looked at the bottom, I saw markings, but between the mask on my face, holding a camera, holding my bag, a lot of times to pull out reader glasses is hard. So if it's a sunny day, I can see without my reader's fine print. So I knew that it was Spode, but this one is Spode, late Spode Copeland, and it has a white relief design on a cobalt blue pitcher, or I guess this could be a creamer. I would call it a pitcher because it's a little bit too big for a creamer in my opinion. And I've always heard this white applied work to be called jasper ware. I could be wrong about that, but that's where I'll start my research, by putting in late Spode Copeland pitcher jasper ware. But it could be just called white relief design, and it's fully marked on the bottom and it's numbered. So that makes it a little bit easier. Made in England, just gorgeous, no chips or cracks. Off the top of my head, I'll probably ask $75 for this. But if it turns out to be much better than that, of course the price will be higher. And if it's lower, I'll put it on sale. That's usually the way I do things, but I love this. This is just beautiful. A little bit of dirt. I haven't even washed it out. Just all this stuff is hot off the press, and again, a couple of dollars I paid for it, so great find. Next item up, you guys know I love wooden ware or wood items, and this is gorgeous. Look at the shape of this. It reminds me of like a paisley pattern. Could be teardrop. What else would we call this? I'm not even sure, but I like to call it paisley, a paisley design. And this is a wooden bowl or dish put out by Rimrock. Anytime I see that wooden ware, anything like this has a name stamped on the bottom, like imprinted, it's actually in the wood. I don't think it's burned in the wood. I could be wrong about that. I say yes to it. I love wooden dishes. I use them myself. They're on my console when I come in the door. I drop my keys and my sunglasses in little wooden dishes. I've probably showed that before. This is beautiful. I've never seen this shape before. So again, I did no research. Just flying by the seat of my pants, and no cracks or chips. This one will definitely be a hard one for me not to keep. All right, let's stay with wood, shall we? This little guy caught my attention. How fun is he? And you know, when we picked him up, Lisa might have handed him to me. Lisa's great. She usually runs the iPhone while I'm shopping. You'll see that, or have already seen it. I don't know which video is going to come out first. But she'll still eye something through the camera lens or just digging in boxes like I am. And she will pick up things and show them to me and say, what about this? And this bird is great. Super smooth. And the gentleman next to me, who I didn't know, said, that looks like a roadrunner. So I thought that was very fun. So name the bird. That's the game we're going to play today. Leave a comment down below if you think you know what bird this is. Look how flat he is. Really pretty. And again, I paid very little for him. I don't know what type of wood he is. I'm going to guess rosewood or teak. That's my guesses. I don't have a very good knowledge of wood, but I thought he was great. Now I'm just really carefully checking him. He has just a little bit of roughness. I wouldn't even consider it a chip on the very edge of his tail here. I probably will point it out, but this right here is not as smooth as this, so I'm gonna say tiny, tiny flaw. Could be a chip. I'll put on my readers and use a magnifying glass and all of that, take pictures with the iPhone and blow them up. But I thought he was great fun. I really like him, and that's why I chose him. All right, we'll do another piece of wood. Let me see, what else do I have wood? I have this box. So this box was in one of Eric's boxes. I think you guys know Eric. He has made appearances on Crazy Lamp Lady's channel with Andrew. And Eric is great, love his stuff. Trying to encourage him to get on YouTube. His knowledge is a wealth of knowledge. You guys would learn so much. Okay, so what is this? This is sewing machines. So I'm going to need my glasses. Let's put on some readers. And what does this say? Wheeler's Wilson sewing machines. Carved box, just beautiful. Look at the carving on that box with the company name. This is all dovetailed. See this right here? That's called dovetail. And that's how the two pieces are joined together. Nowadays, when you go into a furniture store or Home Goods or something like that, everything is stapled, and it's like with a pneumatic stapler, so everything is really cheap. But this is how they used to make it back in the day. Just gorgeous. And push the button. Just beautiful. So I imagine this is, I'm going to guess, 1800s when a woman bought a sewing machine, or a man, and different attachments came with it, or maybe little tools to fix the machine. I imagine this box came with the purchase of the sewing machine. That's totally a guess. Beautiful condition. I just love wood boxes. Look how pretty this is. You know, any kind of item that is made from a natural material, whether it's stone or wood, you know, things like that, in my opinion, are so much prettier from the start than things that are man-made. Now, there are gorgeous man-made, you know, home decor items, but I just, in my heart, I love something made from a piece of nature. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, enough of the wood box. All right, what should we talk about next? I guess we will do this bottle here. Now, I know nothing about these. This is an Inkwell. I think it might be a little bit older. It's vintage. It seems to be vintage. How do I know that? I'm looking at the dust. I'm looking at the patina on this top. But look at the color of this. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. And I don't know that this brings any kind of money at all, but I wanted this. So I'll be happy to put it in my store. You know, if it turns out to be not a high dollar item, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with saving items or sourcing items that are just absolutely beautiful. And this is, in my opinion, and I think somebody else will appreciate the beauty. So it's just a green glass cube that you store your ink in. Now, I don't know that too many people are using feather or calligraphy pens anymore. I mean, some people are, artists are, but I thought you could store other things in this. Maybe your jewelry, earrings, what else would we keep in there? I don't even know, but I just thought they were beautiful. I wouldn't even mind this on a vanity table with like face powder in it. Really pretty. And the top is not brass. I don't know what that top is. Stainless steel, maybe? No idea. But I'm going to look this up. This shouldn't be too hard to find. So I said yes to this. Okay, the next group of items that I picked up are men's belt buckles. So I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them. And there was a big box of them. I just picked through quickly. I usually look for things that are patriotic, Harley Davidson, Eagles, bikes. What else do I look for? Anything really unique, rifles, anything Western. You get the hint, right? You get the clue. Okay, so this is 1787 to 1987, 200th anniversary, Americana, Constitution, United States. So that's number 1. Just a brass buckle. Next up is this one here. And does it have writing? It says something, but it's in Chambers Belt Company. The back is a horse's head, and the front is a turquoise stone. I don't think, that doesn't feel real to me. Tap, tap, tap. You know, I don't know. That almost seems like a stone material. I'll have to look that up. I'm sure these aren't, you know, so super rare, any of these. I think I'm going to be able to find them on eBay with other sellers. The next one up looks vintage. I could be wrong about that. United States Postal Service. Thought somebody would want that. Here is another one like the first one. So there were 2 of them. Yeah, seems to be same exact. This one is the Air Force Academy. Thought that was great. This actually has a price sticker on it, $5.50. So this might have been a store that closed down. Could have been somebody's personal collection. I have no idea. In the box there were probably about 30 or 40 of these. So I just dug through quickly. At the flea market, I am on the move. I don't linger over any one place too long because there are so many people arriving. Like I said, I get there early and I want first pick. So I zoom over all of the dealers and just cherry pick what I want. This one, United States Air Force again. Thought that was nice. On the back it says $24.99, which I did not pay that. I believe for these I paid $1 or $2. Now this, the center looks not straight. So we're gonna have to see if that can be straightened out. See how that's sitting a little crooked? I'm gonna have to take a look at that and see if I can straighten that. And the last one is the Alamo, San Antonio, Texas. It says something on the back, just numbered. All of these seem to be brass except the 2 silver ones. So I don't imagine it's any kind of precious metal or whatever. I'll have to look them up. And since we were talking about belt buckles, we might as well go on to belts. So I saw this belt and it had a Russian star. So I'm calling it a Russian belt. I don't know that this was really sold in Russia, but it seemed nice. Now, I don't think this is leather. I'm gonna have to look at that and judge. And the reason I'm saying that is because when I see a leather belt, I right away look at the back. Most pieces, I look at the back of things. So artwork, leather, wood, trying to think of what else. I always turn things over to see how they're made. And you can look at, if you find a piece of the material where the cutaway is, you look at it that way. So at this point, I don't think this is leather, but I will take a better look at it. Okay, staying with the belts theme, ready for this? I saw these, I wanted these right away. These I paid $5 a piece for. So it's a wide leather belt. It's all tooled. I think this is tooled or stamped. It has a place for bullets. And I thought this was great. So, okay, call me crazy. I picture this on a girl, like prairie style skirt. I'm gonna put this on, see what this looks like, and then I'll stand back for you guys. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. Let me put the camera down and see if we can zoom in on this. Okay. What do we think of that? Does this go in anywhere? It would hide my fat. Maybe I should keep this. Can you guys see that? I think that is amazingly great. Like, picture if you have leather boots on and a really good like prairie skirt and then like a romantic blouse. I'm all about that look. You can tell I'm 70s. But I thought these were great. I might even keep one for myself or wear it until I sell it. We'll put it that way. I never keep anything. But let me see if I can get this off now. Okay, so that is belt number 1. I'll just keep the camera down low. It seems fine. The shot seems maybe better. We'll see how this turns out. So you never know, I might have learned something new. Maybe my camera's been too high all this time. This is belt number 2, a little bit plainer, still gorgeous leather, place for the bullets. Yeah, seems just as nice. I'm gonna try this one on too. So even though I have a little chunk going on, I think these seem more like women's belts than men's. Why do I think that? I don't know. But I can't imagine a man's waist, maybe my waist has gotten really big, with all of this eating, with staying in. Maybe my waist has turned into a man's waist and I don't know it. But yeah, this is a cool belt. Can you guys see that? I'm up on my tiptoes. And I like these belts because I imagine maybe the gun holster gets hooked on here, but I don't know. I might put my phone holster on there somehow. Boy, that would be very cool. Okay, so 2 belts, 3 belts. I got the first one too, the Russian belt. Okay, so the camera's just going up and down today, so just bear with me. I'm still learning. You know, guys, I'm really frustrated with the camera, to be totally honest. I have filmed so much on the Canon. You remember how I said I was just going to jump in and start using my camera? I don't feel like I've learned a thing. I feel like I'm always trying to figure it out. So now it's just on automatic and we're just filming. We're just doing it. But the thing is that I'm embarrassed to say I don't even use Dropbox. So now Lisa, who edits my photos, when we were using the iPhone, you know, when I was filming that way, I would just put them on the iCloud and she would take off the footage. Now I have the camera chip and I'm embarrassed to say I haven't even learned to download the footage from the camera chip to like Dropbox or something. So we're trading camera chips back and forth. You were talking to the queen of reinventing the wheel right here. Growing up without technology, any kind, I grew up without television, I grew up without pretty much anything. We had a rotary dial phone. That was about the height of our technology in our house. So I have come a long way. I got to give myself grace, but it is frustrating when I need to learn something new and I don't even know where to start. So hopefully I will learn soon how to put my video footage from this camera into Dropbox, and then Lisa can just remotely, you know, download it to her computer to edit. I don't know why I'm sharing all of that, but there's that. All right, next item up. Is this vintage new, it's still sealed in its plastic, official Olympic flyer. Okay, X111, that's the 13th Olympic Winter Games, Lake Placid 1980. So it's a Frisbee. And I thought, somebody's gonna want this, so I said yes to this. What did I pay for this? This was in a group. Also, I think I paid What did I give that man? $28. And I'm going to say I bought about 10 pieces from him. So figure $2 or $3 I paid for the Frisbee. Alrighty, what shall we talk about next? I have another wooden box. It's a lacquered box. Let me show you that. So the same booth where I got the Frisbee and a few other pieces, I don't even remember what, the belt buckles I think came from him, was this box. And I know zero about lacquered boxes. But to me, you know the Asian lacquered boxes that you find, that we found a lot of in, I'm going to say the 80s or the 90s? This looked very different. And the minute I bought it, another woman wanted to buy it from me, and she was a picker. You knew that she knew what she was doing. So I'm hoping that's a good sign. So that's what the inside looks like. I mean, it could be a big old fat nothing, but I figured I'd take a chance on it. Really liked it. Now it is marked, but when it's marked like that, you know, with Asian characters, it's going to be very hard to know what this is, but I will research and I will do a Google image on this and see if I can translate that and find out what I have here. Beautiful box. And it looks like, what kind of flowers are those? No idea. But it has a butterfly, maybe dahlias. So if anybody out there, YouTube land, my followers, knows anything about Chinese, I'm going to call this a lacquered box. I think that's what this is. Would you let me know what your opinion of this box is? So that's what it looks like. Thank you. All right, I think this is going to be a very long video. Hope you guys don't mind, but I really wanted to get this haul all in one video because I still have the haul from when I went to the State College thrift, which there I did not find as good items as I feel I have here. And what other video I have? I have an update of my fence. It's all finished. Super thrilled, and I want to tell you guys that story and just conclude with showing you how my fence project came out. But for today, we're just going to keep going. So hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll keep going with what I found. All right, next up, I saw this box. See how old the box is? We love to find old boxes. I always have to look in the box. And it is an iron toy, a little wagon with a billy goat pulling it. I imagine there was supposed to be a rider on top. That's what I'm thinking. See that hole? I think a rider's butt would fit in there. And what is this? Express, it says. So I believe this is genuine. These type of toys I think are very heavily faked. Could be wrong about that. But because it came in the box, I was more willing to try. And it says Mini Goat Wagon by Champion. So I'm pretty sure this is authentic. Now I'm not saying that to say, hey, I found this big woohoo. But because it had the box to the toy, I'm willing to take a chance. And again, a couple of dollars. I also found this little guy. There was a big box of lighters. Now I know to look for Zippo lighters and lighters that advertised vintage items, you know, like different cigarette brands and things like that. But I thought he was really sweet. And I'm not even sure how he gets filled. I guess this top comes off. Let's see. Yes. So that's what that looks like. But how cute is that? How could I pass up a little donkey lighter? So I said yes to him. I think this is brass, could be bronze. I'm thinking brass. And what does that say? Japan. So he's definitely vintage. I said yes to him. Staying with the brass or the bronze theme, I have groups of things today. I found these dogs. These are Bookends, I'm pretty sure. Look how beautiful. Look at all the cobwebs on him. We love cobwebs. When I find something with a lot of dust and cobwebs, yes, I love to see things that are, you know, have age even in the dirt that they're wearing. Just beautiful. And the bottom looks like that, very old felt. Even felt, different felts show the age. So the felt that is older, this is my understanding, has like a little bit of a thicker nap than the more modern felt. I know that's crazy, but that's what I think. I could be wrong about that, but when you find very old felt, it almost has like a hair to it. I know that's, I don't know, I could be making that up too, but that's what it seems like to me. These guys are filthy. I will really need to clean them up. And what kind of dogs are these? This is okay, he's got long ears. He's not a beagle, a pointer. He's not a shepherd. How embarrassing. I don't even know dogs. Oh my goodness. I should know this. Irish setter. How's that? Isn't it? I think an Irish setter has a pointer nose. Who has this type of dog? Who knows dogs? Help me out here. So I said yes to them. A couple of dollars, and they're just beautiful. Lots of patina. I will clean them, but I won't take the patina off. I will leave that for the buyer to decide. All right, the next item I found was in this little box. I'm going to close it. And I said, ooh, that looks interesting. I thought it might have been a watch or jewelry, but when I opened it, I found this little instrument. So what is that? That's a saxophone. I don't know if it's like a bass or a alto, soprano. I know there's like 5 different saxophones, but I thought that was really sweet. I'm not sure why this is made, but very highly detailed. I thought this would be great for somebody who plays saxophone, and it has a loop there. They could hang it from their rear view mirror. Thought that would be very fun, just for a music lover. And it has its own little velvet box. So if you have seen these before, I'd love to hear about it. And just put it back in its little case. All right, what else? Next, I picked up 2 items I probably should not have, but I did. I don't know, this is gonna be super long tail. You know how I always say I'm long tail? I'm probably gonna have this when I die. Okay, 2 books. The Cauldron, Liberty High School, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 1932. So if somebody graduated in 1932, how old are they, right? You know, they're over 100. I just thought this was so wonderful that somebody still had their yearbook. Let me see if it has a name in the front. I don't see a name, you know, a personal name of who owned it. I don't see any markings. I could be wrong. So the Cauldron, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 1932's yearbook. And of course I had to buy the one that was sitting next to it. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Liberty High School. What year is this? I'm surprised the year is not on the outside. And these are in fairly good condition. 1964. Oh, my phone just cha-chinged. So I said yes to both of them. I think I paid $1 for both of them. So I said yes. You never know who's going to want a yearbook. But like I said, really long tail. I might even put those books on local marketplaces, like a Facebook marketplace or OfferUp, because more local people go on those sites, and I will also put them on eBay. Okay, 2 more items up. I found this gorgeous handbag. This is all suede, genuine leather. This looks to be handmade with the laces down the side. Beautiful leather work. And the thing I loved about it, it doesn't smell, and the inside is very clean. I thought this would be a really nice seller. They had 2 of them. The man had 2 of them. The other one was a little bit different, and the other one had marks in the suede. But this one is gorgeous. So I will just take one of those foam sponges I always talk about and give it a good wipe down, but I won't wet it in any way or use any kind of cleaner on this. Definitely vintage. No markings of the artist. I thought this was great. Just beautiful. And the last up was probably a big womp womp. I saved a womp womp for the end. For a second I thought I wasn't recording. Did you see me? I looked at the red like, oh no, the red button's not going. It is. Ever since I did that one time, I'm paranoid. I picked up this beautiful cassoulet dish. I call everything a cassoulet dish. And that is what the top looks like. Now, I've sold one of these before, not this color. I think it was blue, probably a year or 2 ago, and I think that brought $80-something. But this one's in beautiful condition, hand-painted, royal something or another. Grab the glasses. Let's see what this says. And that didn't help a bit. Royal, looks like Rochester. I'll have to look it up. But just really pretty. Look at that top. I like that. All hand painted. And the insert does come out. But more information on the bottom. Fireproof china for somebody. I'll look it up. Cooking ware. Guernsey. Guernsey cooking ware. Does anybody know Guernsey? But look how pretty that is. So I said yes to that. All right, I think this video is probably going to be very long. I want my channel to be fun and uplifting and where people feel like, oh good, let me make a cup of tea and see what craziness Lavender Clothesline is up to. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being faithful and following me even in the downtime. But let's get back to real life and finding wonderful treasure. Hit that like and subscribe button and I'll talk to you soon.
Just when I start filming, birds start flying over chirping. Isn't that always the way? Okay, so this is going to be the last update of this garden fence project. Sure you guys are tired of this, but I figured I'd complete it and let you know what I've planted. Of course, mulch is not down yet, but the rest of the plants are in. So irises that we split and put here. This is, still has the tag on it, Dwarf Alberta Spruce, little Christmas tree that will grow probably a little bit taller than the fence. Some grasses, I believe that's Black-Eyed Susan or Montauk Daisy. I've lost track now. 3 Stella Dior, they were split from present plants I had. This is a Golden Spirea. Now just know that all of these plants will fill in their spaces. I did space them quite a bit a ways apart, but they will fill in. Hydrangea. This is Echinacea, coneflower. Knockout roses. Pretty sure this is the Montauk Daisy. That is a spiderwort that I was going to get rid of, but I said let me just save money and put that there. Kind of took a hit yesterday, but I'm going to water it in. It'll bounce back. Another Golden Spirea. This is Heuchera. Is that how we say that? I'm sure you guys will correct my my pronunciation. Spiderwort again. This is a grass. I think this is Carl Reed. Is that what I said last time? This is variegated Heuchera. This is a little boxwood, if I remember correctly. Golden Mound, maybe? I think that is another Echinacea. Heuchera. 2 more roses. That is Salvia. It's in the sage family. It smells so good when you rub your hands on it. More Montauk Daisies. I lived probably about 40 minutes to an hour from Montauk Point when I lived on Long Island. So that's a nice Long Island memory, but that was here when I came here, I believe. Here's another Golden Spirea, which I love because of the red tips. Boy, those birds are noisy this afternoon. Another hydrangea. I always repeat my flowers so the garden has cohesiveness. This guy I just watered. He's having a little bit of a hard time, but hopefully he'll come back. It's a sage. Another Golden Mound boxwood. Spirea. So you can see I just keep repeating the same plants. These Lisa got from a client's house. They were throwing them out. This is sedum. Sedum, it might be Autumn Joy. And another little Christmas tree. And these plants are in here. I have a little bit more space where I took things out back there, a little weeding to do. And we're back at the boxwood. So that is almost the completed project. I'll stand over here so you guys can see if I can get a shot. This bed is about 80 feet long. And all of those plants and bushes and trees will take up their space. I might stick a few annuals in after I mulch. So I'm gonna mulch next, hopefully next week, so I don't have to weed a lot. And that is the completed project of my backyard. And for now I'm just using 2 little chairs I had. Well, not little, plastic. I got those at Lowe's. They're really comfortable, and I think I paid like 20 bucks a piece. You know, I was looking at the wood chairs, but they're so expensive and they're so heavy to move. So I think I might just stay with easy peasy furniture. I want life to be as simple as can be, and really looking forward to spending time out here in the evenings after I get done working my bum off. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for following the project. Please hit the like and subscribe button and let me know what this backyard needs.